Hi, welcome to Susan's Vintage Life, Beauty and More. And I'm Susan, and I'm here to talk to you today. I said I was going to do a second half of a tag, and I'm here to do the second half of that tag, but I'm going to do it a little bit differently. All right, it's the second part of the tag. The first part was the 9 things that I do not regret buying. Now, this is the 9 things I do regret buying. I have a couple things that I regret buying, but there's a common theme. There's a common theme in the things that I regret buying. And it's when I settled for something less than what I really wanted. Instead of waiting to get what I really wanted, I rushed in and got something that really wasn't what I was hoping to buy, and it just never quite met the standard of what I wanted. And that one was I bought an HP computer. Not that it's not a good computer, but I really wanted an Apple computer, and I did end up getting one. But it was an HP laptop, and the one thing that I regret buying is you kind of got the hint about that in the 9 things that I'm happy I bought, was we bought a cheaper mattress to avoid the expenditure of another number bed, and I do definitely regret buying that mattress. It just didn't serve my husband or I well because of we didn't like the same kind of mattress. I liked a little bit soft, he liked a lot hard, and they didn't mix very well, and neither one of us were comfortable because we tried to make some kind of reasonable adaptation, and it did not work out. So we ended up in a few short years buying a number bed. So other than that, I did not come up with 7 more things that I regret buying. First of all, I try to be a positive person. I really consider things before I buy them. It's not like I go out on a whim. Usually if there's something I really want, I may go out and look at it, but I refuse to buy it that day. Unless I've looked at it a couple times and I've gone home and thought about it at least once or twice, I don't buy it, especially if it's something with a lot of money. There's something that's expensive, like a computer, a mattress, that kind of thing. I definitely would not buy that on first impulse. I would go home, think about it, look up some reviews online about the brand, those kind of things. Do some homework, in other words. So, and the other thing is that I'm a person who's always tried to make do. And I don't mean that in a settle for way. I mean that anything that has value or got good reviews, there's a way to use it. Even if it turns out to be not exactly what you thought you were purchasing, you make do, you find good uses for it, you find a different place for it. Maybe it didn't work somewhere, but and a lot of times you're happier with its rebirth of bringing it actually home. Maybe you find a better use for it. Like a table I bought for one place didn't end up working very well where it was blocking a door, part of the door closing, and I used it somewhere else and it was perfect for the other place. So it's those kind of things, and making that adaptation. And I always said, when I even buy my Ipsy and BoxyCharm, what I don't love makes me a hero. And what I mean by that is I've got granddaughters and daughters and female friends, and even if it's not for me, somebody else would love to have it. And so it makes it worth a while to buy them. But that being said, I don't have many regrets in what I purchase, largely because I really consider what I'm going to buy, and I do give it thought. And so that being said, that's all I'm going to address to that tag. But today I wanted to talk a little bit about, I don't want to talk about sad things, but I did want to mention that, I'm recently widowed in June. Most of you know that watch me regularly. And I've had a couple comments and a couple questions from people who have also been widowed. And I don't want there to be delusions or make people feel like they're not recovering, coping, dealing with, not well enough. I still cry at least every day. It is still very hard. It is the hardest thing I've dealt with in my existence. And when I come on camera and I look like everything's fine, I don't want to send a message to other people who have been recently widowed that that it's not okay to grieve. You know, I don't come on here for my 10 to 15 minutes and usually talk about that too much. But I don't want anybody to get the idea that that grieving is something someone needs to hide, be ashamed of, you know, hide from other people. You know, yeah, I think my family's sick of seeing me cry. To some extent, they understand it, but it's hard to cope with somebody crying that you can't help. You can't do anything to make it better. It is what it is. And sometimes that becomes difficult for the people who love us, and even close friends who love us. It's very difficult when you can't fix it. You know, we all want to fix what's wrong with the people we love. And if there's something wrong in their life, we want to make it better. And there's no way to make this better. But this isn't about grieving, it's about surviving. And I am surviving. I'm coping, I'm moving forward, I'm trying to do things. I just took a part-time, I was a nurse and a nurse practitioner by profession. I don't do any of those things anymore. My licenses are on hold. I don't practice or pretend to practice. But since I'm retired, I took a job at Ulta a couple Christmases ago before Bill got sick, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, it was just for fun. It certainly wasn't for money, let me tell you. It didn't pay well enough to be for money. But it was fun. And I don't want to say it's not enough money, because I only work 4 hours or 4 to 6 hours a week. So it's not like I was working even part-time. You know, it was called part-time, but let's face it, it was only 1 or 2 days for a few hours. So it isn't the money that's taking me back. It's getting out, doing something I love. I really enjoyed the time, and I'm probably going back this year for Christmas. I've talked to my old boss, and she's said she'd be glad to have me, and so I'm probably going to do that for the Christmas time. I've taken a couple classes at the Apple store. I have been cooking for myself. You know, I am taking care of my home. You know, I'm doing all the things that I should be doing. You know, I try to get out a little bit. You know, I go get my hair colored. I have an appointment tomorrow to get a facial. I don't do that very often, but I thought I could use a good cleaning out. So I'm going to let them do that for me. I think it would be enjoyable and a little bit of pampering. But again, I'm doing okay. I'm forging forward. But it doesn't mean I'm without grief. It certainly doesn't. And I don't want anybody to worry or to think they're not doing very well because of what I look like for 15 minutes a week to you. Okay? So I just wanted that to be said. I don't mean to be sad. I don't mean to be... let's get off of this. Like I said, I just wanted to address the viewers who also have recent losses. All right, this isn't going to be a very long video. My next video, I'm going to do August favorites. But I did want to get on and do this, finish up what I said I was going to do as far as that tag was concerned. Even though I didn't completely do it, I gave you some idea of the things that I regret buying. It's usually when I settle. That seems to be the theme. And I did want to give, I have a vintage item today that I'd like to share. I did bring out, it is an Art Deco pin, and it's also a pendant. And I hope you can see that pretty well. It has 2 Ceylon sapphires and a diamond in it. and it's the Art Deco face. When you wear it as a necklace, it's kind of like that. It doesn't lay real well, but so I've always worn it as a pin, and I've always worn it long ways on a lapel of a jacket. My dog is having a fit, and I don't know why, so I apologize for the noise. Okay, and again, that's like from the Art Deco age, for like around the 20s, 30s. It's a favorite piece. The Ceylon looks a lot like Tanzanite, and that's kind of what I've been wearing this with, is some Tanzanite that my husband also bought me. So I just wanted to share that, because I didn't share a vintage item the last time. All right, I want to give a couple shout outs real quick, and I want to give one shout out to a big channel, which is Mary Ellen After 60. I think I've mentioned Mary Ellen because I use a lot of the things that I got from Mary Ellen. Mary Ellen has wonderful, wonderful suggestions. She's a very elegant lady. She's also frugal. She cuts your shadow pads, cotton pads in 4s to use them. So, I mean, you'll see what she does, and she also is frugal and tries to save money. So she addresses those issues too. She's creative. And she always gives great recommendations. I have not bought one thing that Mary Ellen suggested that I've been sorry I bought. She suggested belts that attach to your belt loops. You know, for somebody that's older, for me, I find that particularly helpful, because a lot of times when I've got to go to I gotta go, as the commercial says. Okay, and she also does some get readies with me, some demos on things that she does. And she's just a wonderful lady. Now, she has 24,300 subscribers. Trust me, those people aren't pledging their allegiance to somebody who isn't worthy of it. Please check Mary Ellen After 60 out. I think you'll really love her. Now, this channel somewhere, I thought she was smaller, but she's grown since I last looked at her numbers. And the name of the channel is Real Chicks TV, and it's Carla. Carla is wonderful. There used to be 2 of them, and the other person has kind of stopped doing it because of some education and personal issues. But Carla's still carrying on her own. She does wonderful things with it. She does reviews, she does skincare, she does makeup. She does a lot of designer outfits that she recreates from thrift stores. And she has put together some outfits that look every bit as good as the designer fashions from stuff she bought from thrift stores. Carla's worth a look-see. Carla's got a great personality and a great sense of humor, and I think you'll really enjoy Carla. Carla had just hit 3,000 subscribers about 4 weeks ago. I do remember that now. And she is right now at 3.13K. So check out Carla of Real Chicks TV. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I didn't focus on the sad things too long, but I didn't want to ignore the needs of some of the viewers that are also grieving. And I hope you that aren't grieving understand that. I wish you a wonderful week. I'm hoping to get back here with favorites sometime midweek. And I hope you'll give me a thumbs up for this video if you like it. And I hope you'll subscribe. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And if you think that you know somebody who might like watching a 64-year-old woman talk about beauty and vintage things and a little bit of lifestyle things, please share my videos with them. It would really help my channel grow. And thank you, and have a great week.